Haitian Memorial Monument. During the Revolutionary War, America and France united against the British. When the British occupied Savannah, Georgia in 1779, the Allied America and France launched an attack to take the city back. A key part of those forces that fought in this attack were Haitians of African descent. After the unsuccessful attack was concluded, many of these soldiers were sent off to fight other battles. Not many returned, and those who did often didn't see their homes until years later. The soldiers who returned became instrumental in winning Haiti's independence. Stories of the contribution of these Haitian soldiers to American independence aren't encountered very frequently in history books, but that doesn't make it any less significant. The unit of Haitian soldiers who fought American Revolution was Les Volontaires de Domingo, serving under Charles Henry D'Estaing, and was the largest unit of soldiers of African descent. All of those soldier members were free men who volunteered to fight the British. The Haitian Memorial Monument was sculpted by James Mason. One of the figures, a drummer, is a sculpture of Henry Christophe. He was a key figure in the fight for Haitian independence, serving as commander of the Haitian army. After the war was won, he became the king of the newly independent Haiti. The monument was unveiled October 8, 2007 in Franklin Square. I'm so pleased to participate in this commemoration and bring information about the Haitian Memorial Monument. My name is Jeremiah Wallace, and I am the member of the First African Baptist Church Youth Ministry. Thank you.
From 1878 to 1889, Robert Singstatt Abbott lived in the parsonage of Pilgrim Congregational Church, once located on this site. His stepfather John H. Singstatt, minister of the church, published the Louisville Times. Abbott learned the printing trade here in Savannah and developed his commitment to equal rights for African Americans. In 1905, he founded the Chicago Defender, a newspaper that revolutionized African American journalism. He fought to abolish Jim Crow laws and established a non-discriminatory society. The Defender played a major role in annotating the Great Migration between 1915 and 1919 of approximately 1.3 million blacks of northern cities. I am pleased to participate in this commemoration and bring information about Robert Singstatt Abbott. My name is Teen Danita Carter, and I am a member of Top Teens of America Incorporated, the Savannah chapter. Thank you.
March 2nd and 3rd, 1859, one of the largest slave sales in U.S. history took place a short distance outside downtown Savannah at the Ten Broke Racecourse. To satisfy his creditors, Pierce M. Butler sold 436 men, women, and children from his Butler Island and Hampton plantations near Darien, Georgia. The weeping time was named not only for the families that were torn apart during this time, but also for the heavy rain that occurred throughout the two-day auction. In 2008, the Georgia Historical Society and the city of Savannah erected a historical marker on Augusta Avenue near the site of the racecourse where the sale took place. I am pleased to participate in this commemoration and bring information about the Weeping Times marker. My name is Kirsten Perkins, and I am a member of the Savannah chapter of Top Teens of America. Thank you.
African American students Caroline Quinlan Coleman, Joanne Tyson Hall, and Ernest Robinson were arrested for sitting in the white-only restaurant at Levy's department store on March 16, 1960. Their arrest sparked a series of boycotts and voter registration drives that eventually led to the desegregation of all facilities in Savannah in October 1963, 8 months before the Civil Rights Act. In 1964, Martin Luther King Jr. stated that Savannah was the most desegregated city south of the Mason-Dixon line. Savannah College of Art and Design joined the Georgia Department of Economic Development and the Hodge Foundation in dedicating a historical marker at SCAD's Gen Library in 2016. I am pleased to participate in this commemoration and bring information about the Levi's department store Azalea Room. My name is Lanaya, and I am the host of Teen Talk with Lulu on WRUU 107.5 FM. Thank you.
The Toomer Historical Marker in Carver State Bank. The Georgia Historical Society and Carver State Bank erected a historical marker in Chatham Square on June 7, 2018, dedicated to Lewis B. Toomer, founder of Carver State Bank. Lewis Burke Toomer established the Georgia Savings and Realty Corporation on February 23, 1927, in the historic Black Business District on West Broad Street. During segregation, the company provided banking, investment, and insurance services for blacks who were not always allowed access to white banking establishments. In 1947, the name of the corporation changed to the Carver Savings Bank and was converted to a state-supervised savings bank. It became the Carver State Bank in 1962 and is still in operations today. The Carver State Bank celebrates its 94th anniversary this year, and Robert E. James celebrates his 50th year as president and CEO of the bank. I am pleased to participate in this commemoration and bring information about the Toomer Historical Marker and Carver State Bank. My name is Christopher Murray, and I am a member of the YPD at St. Philip AME Church on the Boulevard. Thank you.
The Beach Institute began in 1867 as the first school in Savannah, erected specifically for the education of African Americans. It was named for Alfred Eli Beach, benefactor and editor of Scientific American. Following the Civil War, the Freedmen's Bureau, American Missionary Society, and the Savannah Educational Association purchased land and with the labor of newly freed slaves, built this school and a teacher's house on this site. The Beach Institute began birthplace of First Congregational Church and the Savannah Boys Club closed in 1919. Today, the Beach Institute serves as an African American educational and cultural center located at 504 East Harris Street. I am pleased to participate in this commemoration and bring information about the Beach Institute. My name is Ruth Tripley, and I am a member of the Delta Gen Youth Initiative of Savannah, alumni chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
Matilda Taylor was born in 1834 near New Orleans and came to Savannah as a young woman. She taught black children in her home before the Civil War, when it was still legal. She married Abraham Beasley, a successful black businessman, in 1869. After the death of her husband in 1877, Mrs. Beasley journeyed to York, England around 1885 to study as a nun, a Poor Clare branch of the Franciscan Sisters. She returned to Savannah and established an orphanage in 1886, which became the St. Francis Home in 1892. In 1889, Sister Matilda founded the first group of black nuns in Georgia, which of the Third Order of St. Francis, and became known as Mother Matilda. Under her direction, this small order ran the orphanage for several years until it dispersed. Mother Matilda gained help from the church for her orphanage in 1899, took the habit of Franciscans, and continued working at the orphanage. In 1901, she was given a cottage near the Sacred Heart Church, to which she had earlier given her husband land holdings. She began to sew in her home and give her proceeds to poor blacks. On December 20th, 1903, the much beloved Mother Beasley was found dead, kneeling in the cottage's private chapel. Nearby were her burial clothes, funeral instructions, and will. A marker was erected in 1988 by the Georgia Historical Society and the Mother Matilda Beasley Society. I am pleased to participate in the commemoration and bring this information about Mother Matilda Beasley. My name is Ariana Smith, and I'm a member of Litwood Missionary Baptist Church. Thank you.
The World War II monument honors all Savannah and Chatham County veterans.
both alive and deceased, represents all who fought valiantly. 2 case bronze hemispheres are surrounded with a symbolic victory garden honoring the civilian involvement and sacrifice, paying tribute to the whole community for their participation in the national war effort. The World War II monument is also known as a cracked earth monument. The 2 halves of the globe are split, representing the conflict of the world divided. Stone benches and granite are tributes to all branches of United States service. The monument is lit at night, and engraved on a granite wall are names of all who served for Chatham County, a Purple Heart, and a World War II Victory Medal. The monument is located just at the center of River Street on the west side of the High Tunnel. The monument was erected in November 2010 by the artists Eric Bearhoff and Ken Brandel and the Veterans Council of Chatham County. I am pleased to participate in this commemoration and bring information about the World War II monument. My name is Aiden Postel, and I'm a member of the Lads and Lassies of Savannah, Chapter, Jack and Jill. Thank you.
The Vietnam Veterans Memorial commemorates the 106 members from the armed forces from Chatham County killed or presumed killed during the Vietnam War, and the 25,000 other veterans of that conflict from coastal Georgia. The memorial consists of a reflecting pool surrounded by steps and a marble block. The marble replica depicts the country of Vietnam in the center of the reflecting pool. A bronze battlefield grave marker consists of an M16 rifle and bayonet positioned between combat boots, topped with a helmet mounted on top of a rifle. The Vietnam Memorial Committee dedicated the memorial June 29, 1991 in Emmett Park. At that time, it was the only monument in Savannah erected to living individuals as well as the dead. I'm Ramsey Roach, a member of the Lad and Lassies of Savannah Chapter of Jack and Jill Incorporated. Thank you.
The Scarborough House, designed by noted English architect William J. This house was built for William Scarborough, president of the Savannah Steamship Company. Scarborough hosted U.S. President James Monroe here in May 1819, during the president's visit to witness the launching of the SS Savannah on the world's first transatlantic steamship voyage. For 84 years, from 1878 to 1962, the house served as the West Broad Street School for African American children and later as the headquarters for the historic Savannah Foundation from 1976 to 1991. The Ships of the Sea Museum now occupies the facility, which is located at 41 Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Savannah, Georgia. I am pleased to participate in this commemoration and bring information about the Scarborough House. My name is Lindsay Richardson, and I am a member of the Delta Gems of Savannah Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Thank you.
Savannah unveiled its first monument dedicated to the late civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. on King's 93rd birthday. The bronze bust is on a granite pedestal. The monument is the centerpiece of Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Park, situated in the Plant Riverside District. The bust of King was designed by Italian sculptor Franco Castelluccio, who studied anatomy at the Art Students League of New York and the School of Visual Arts in New York City. I am pleased to participate in this commemoration and bring information about the first monument dedicated to Martin Luther King Jr. My name is Alayla Dawson, president of the Savannah Chapter of Top Teens of America.
African American Monument. The bronze and granite African American monument, located in Rossi Case Plaza on River Street, depicts a newly emancipated family of four standing together in an embrace. The figures are positioned to face both Savannah River and the west coast of Africa. The modern clothing and broken chains at their feet symbolize a new beginning for the Americas. The monument was placed near the river on the ground where many African Americans first stepped foot. The monument was the vision of Dr. Johnny Jones and Dr. Abigail Jordan, and it was erected in 2002 by Dr. Jones and Dorothy Radford Spratley, the monument's artist. I am pleased to commemorate and bring information about the African American Monument. My name is Jefferson Scott, and I am a member of the First African Baptist Church Youth Department.